I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, you heard it, darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found the one, stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids who are so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand. Be my girl, be your man. I see my future in your eyes. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When I saw you in that dress, looking so beautiful, I don't deserve this. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark, you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, or listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person, and she looks perfect. I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight. She played the fiddle in an Irish band. She fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance. I met her on Grafton Street at the side of the bar. She shared a cigarette with me while I'd rather play the guitar. She asked me, what does it mean? The Gaelic ink on your arm said it was one of my friend's songs. Do you want to drink on? She took Amy as a chaser, Jack with the funk. She got Arthur on the table with Johnny riding the shotgun. Chatted some more when we're drinking at the bar. Then put Van on the jukebox, got up to dance. You know, she played her fiddle in an Irish band. But she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hand. And baby, I just wanna dance with my pretty little Galway girl. You're my pretty little Galway girl. You know, she beat me at darts, and then she beat me at pool, and then she kissed me like there was nobody else in the room. As last orders were called was when she stood on the stool. After dancing the Katie singing to track tunes. I never heard Carrick Fergus ever sung so sweet. I could cappella in the bar using a beat for a beat. Or I could have that voice playing on repeat for a week. And in this packed out room where she was singing to me. You know, she played her fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hand. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. My Galway girl. Well, now we all said our welcome and it's closing time. I was holding a hand was holding mine. Our coats both smell of smoke, whiskey and wine. As we fill up our lungs with the cold air of the night. I walked her home, then she took me inside to finish some Doritos and another bottle of wine. I swear I'm gonna put you in the song that I write about a Galway girl and a perfect night. She played the fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. Kissed her on the neck and then I took her by the hands. And baby, I just wanna dance, my pretty little Galway girl. My Galway girl. Walking down 29th and Park, I saw you in another's arm. Only a month we've been apart. You look happier. Saw you walk inside a bar. You said something to make you laugh. I saw that both your smiles were twice as wide as ours. Yeah, you look happier, you do. Ain't nobody hurt you like I hurt you. Ain't nobody love you like I do. Promise that I will not take it personal, baby, if you're moving on with someone new. 'Cause baby, you look happier, you do. My friends told me one day I'll feel it too. And until then I'll smile and hide the truth, that I know I was happier with you. Hey yeah, hey yeah, hey yeah. Sat in the corner of the room. Everything's reminding me of you. Nursing an empty bottle and telling myself you're happier, aren't you? Well, ain't nobody hurt you like I hurt you, but ain't nobody need you like I do. I know that there's others that deserve you, but my darling, I am still in love with you. But I guess you look happier, you do. My friends told me one day I'll feel it too. I could try to smile and hide the truth, but I know I was happier with you. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Baby, you look happier, you do. I knew one day you'd fall for someone new. But if he breaks your heart like lovers do, just know that I'll be waiting here for you. Shoes with no socks on his feet, and I hear he's on a new diet and watches what he eats. He's got his eyebrows. I'm at a party I don't wanna be at, and I don't ever wear a suit and tie. Wondering if I can sneak out the back. Nobody's even looking me in my eyes. Can you take my hand, finish my drink, say, shall we dance? Hell yeah. You know I love you, did I ever tell you? You make it better like that. Don't think I fit in at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. Yeah, I always feel like I'm nobody. Who wants to fit in anyway? 'Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear. You're making me feel that maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby, yeah. 'Cause I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere. You're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with.
Hello, everyone. Please, can someone confirm if they can hear me and also see my screen? Please do well to put it on the chat box, please. Thank you. All right, thank you very much, Abdul Rashid Momo. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Omoba. Thank you, Delvis. Thank you very much. All right, please. All right, thank you very much. All right, please, can someone you are all welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good day, everyone, depending on where you are joining from. You are all welcome to today's Analytics Extra Mentorship Program. I hope you had an amazing experience so far with the previous sessions. Our today's topic is getting started with Power BI by Iremide Olatunji. Of which I will talk much on her profile later. But before then, I would like us to talk on our ground rules, which is very, very important. All right. Part of our ground rules are punctuality. It's very good to be punctual. You should be here before the speaker and all of that, and have an open mind, ask questions, have an open mind, and come with a mind of learning and all of that. One class, we should have a one class. You should participate in the activities that is going. You should respect each other. We should respect each other's opinions, ask questions, and all of that. And your mic is always muted. So whenever you want to speak, you just go into the chat box or you just raise up your hand and I will allow you to speak. Thank you very much. My name is Musa Yusuf. I'm a data and ICT assistant to the CEO of Association of Power Generation Companies here in Abuja. My professional experience is I'm a Microsoft certified data analyst associate. Have over a year experience in the data analytics field. I'm also a Power Platform developer and also a moderator as well. This is our boss. All right, guys. I'm about to introduce the speaker of today. She's no other person but the great and amazing Iremide Olatunji. She's the founder of Data Analytics Allied Global Limited, and she has an She's a data analyst with over half a decade year of experience in the FMCG, retail, and e-commerce organizations. Her expertise encompasses a unique blend of business acumen, leadership abilities, and technical prowess, essential for excelling in dynamic field of data analytics. There in Data Analytics Allied Global Limited is a community of highly skilled data analysts who have gained mastery in technical and leadership skills needed to thrive in information technology industry. They are focused on mentoring aspiring data professionals in tools and technology as Microsoft Excel for beginners and Power BI for intermediate data analysts, Tableau for intermediate data analysts, SQL for advanced data analysts, and Python for advanced data analysts as well. All right. Having said this, I would like to hand over to the speaker for our speaker for today, and I wish you a wonderful and learning experience. If you have any questions or operation issues that need to be attended, please drop it in the chat box, and our team are going to do their best by attending to it. All right, thank you very much. Over to you, Ms. Remide.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Let me stop
Hello,
sharing screen.
everyone. No, I'm
Yeah, they can
sharing.
hear you, but they are muted, so they can hear you.
Oh, okay. So let me just check the
Yeah.
chat box there. All right, I'm very audible, loud and clear. Can you see me? Let me stop sharing so that we can have a
All right.
moment of interaction.
Okay.
Um, okay, I can't see myself, but can you see me?
Yes, we can see you, ma'am, clearly.
All right, okay. How are we doing today? Just put it in the comment section, right? How has the session been? Since you started, what's your experience like? Just share one or two with me. I would like to read some amazing, feedback from how the previous session has been. What are those times that you've been like, oh my God, I didn't know this thing. Now I know it. Do you understand? All those aha moments, right? You might want to share. Okay, I see a lot to learn. Very well. The session have been exciting and informative. Oh, I have today is the first female trainer. Finally, wow, really? No, I think that's wrong. We have a lot of females. Mr. Adewale, you need to bring a lot of female trainer. We need to balance this gender. Knowledge has been raining, it's been insightful, it's been quite informative, very interesting, and I know soon that we will need to program ourselves. Wow, cool! Finally, a female trainer. I'm feeling fly. Sincerely, I'm feeling so fly. Wow, it's awesome to meet you guys. I don't know if peradventure anyone has met me, maybe on LinkedIn. You've attended any of our soft skill program, any of our program from the Data Analytics Allied community, or maybe a friend has shared some. Maybe you've met me anywhere. You know, anywhere across the line. Maybe on Instagram, Twitter. Okay, I have someone said I'm in your group. Nice. So please, I would like to really meet you guys. If you're in my group, please let me know you're in my group. If you've been following me on LinkedIn, let me know, right? So that we can better, take this, relationship before here. Just meeting you now on Teams. Great. It's nice to meet you too. It's nice to meet you, Kamsin. Okay, quite a number of people in my group. Nice. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be here. For those that are meeting me for the very first time, it's a pleasure to be here. For those that have met me before, it's also a pleasure to see you again. And right now, we would get started into introduction to Power BI. So let me share my screen so that we would go through um the session, right? I'll ask questions along the line and I'll come back to the chat box to check the responses. Okay, so I guess my screen is up, so now we can get started, right? So today we'll be looking at what is Power BI, the component of Power BI, the capabilities of Power BI, the difference between Excel and Power BI, and I'll be taking you through the Power BI workflow, right? So before I get started, you want to share what you know about Power BI for me. What is Power BI to you? What is Power BI? I'm sure that this is not the first time. Oh, I'm seeing it. During the training, I was confident enough to attend an operationalist interview role, and I got the job. I'll be resuming on Tuesday. Wow, that's a very fantastic one. Well done, Ojola Sisi. Well, congratulations on the new job role, right? So let's get started. What is Power BI? If if you've used Power BI, you've heard about it anywhere. Just share. What do you think Power BI is? Yeah. I hear a lot of people say visualization too, business intelligence and visualization too, reporting software, okay, is a tool used to draw insight from business. Yeah, but majorly all two are used to draw insight from business. So I think this is like a generic definition, right? So I'm talking about Nofisat. That's like a generic definition, right? I have Power BI intelligence to senior brother to excel in visualization. Quite true, quite true. Visualization and reporting. Okay. If you want to keep it coming, let's keep it coming, right? For me, when I was preparing for this slide, right, I know that we all say, yeah, Power BI is a visualization tool, but Power BI is more than a visualization tool, right? The capacity of Power BI is way powerful than just limiting it to a visualization tool. So for me, I had to go back to the source, right? And when I mean by the source, what I'm talking about is, who are the owner of Power BI? We know that Microsoft is the owner of Power BI. So I have to go back to the source to look at what is Microsoft saying Power BI is. What is Microsoft defining Power BI as, right? You all agree with me that if you purchase a phone, maybe a sound system, any electronic device, they all come with a manual, right? Even though we do not read this guide and we do not read this manual, right? The manual tells you what the manufacturer has in mind when they were building. Yes, I'll still share my slide. Don't worry. I'm just like explaining right now, right? So oh yeah. So the manual has in mind, everything the manufacturer has in mind when they were building that particular product. Do you understand? So I can basically say that whatever the manufacturer says this product can do, then that product has the capacity to do that. So we have to go back to what Microsoft is defining Power BI as, right? So that we do not make the mistake of calling Power BI just a visualization tool, just a business intelligence tool, right? So now I'll read for you. Microsoft Power BI is a complete reporting solution. Can you look at that? A complete reporting solution that offers data preparation, data visualization, distribution, and management through development tool and an online platform. So you can see that this is an holistic definition of Power BI. If you just come and say Power BI is a visualization tool, yeah, you are right, but you are not entirely right. So let's get the definition right, right? It's a complete reporting solution that offers data preparation, data visualization, distribution, and management through development tool and an online platform. Right? When we talk about distribution, it means like if you are in my organization right now, I should be able to share whatever it is I have built, share data with you. Yeah, right. Share a report that I've built with you easily. If there is no, and that's where we have Power BI service. I will go into the components of Power BI later so that we will understand how all of this work together. So we have Power BI can scale from simple report using a single data source to report requiring complex data modeling and consistent teams. Use Power BI to create visually stunning interactive reports and serve as the analytic decision behind group projects, decisions, or entire organization. Since Power BI has been in existence, it has been widely adopted by organizations because of a lot of amazing things that you can do with Power BI. So I'll go into the components of Power BI. So we have three primary components of Power BI. We have the Power BI desktop, which is a desktop application. We have Power BI service, which is an online platform. And we have Power BI mobile, which is a cross-platform mobile app. Now I'll go into this. If I download Power BI on my desktop, I mean the one I go to Microsoft Store, right? And I type Power BI and I download it on my desktop. That is the Power BI desktop, right? And this Power BI desktop is the development tool available to data analysts and other report creators, right? You know, if we come to this definition here, right, we have here management through development tools. So this development tool that the definition is talking about is the Power BI desktop, where I will build all of my data, where all of my reports, dashboard, whatever I'm building is on my Power BI desktop. Most building, most development would happen on my desktop. Now we have Power BI service. This Power BI service is the one that is online. So let me show you on my this is an example of how the Power BI desktop looks like, right? This is on my desktop, right? Whatever I build here, if I want Musa to access it, if I build anything here and I want Musa to access it, it's only one way. Is either Musa have to come to my location and then take my laptop and view it, or I have to send my laptop to wherever Musa is for him to view what I've done, right? And that's why we have the Power BI service. That is the online platform that makes it easier to share reports across an organization or across a group, depending on those that have access to this particular report, right? So this Power BI now is the one on my browser. If you can look at, I am currently on Mozilla Firefox, right? This one has a URL. This is the one on my browser. That is called the Power BI service, right? And I think one powerful thing that I do mostly using Power BI service is something called the row level security. And what do I mean by row level security? If, for example, Musa is in HR department, Adewale is in sales department, I am in logistic department, right? Musa in HR department cannot be seeing information about the sales department. So I have to create a security in such a way that whenever Musa log into the Power BI service, the only thing Musa will see is report related to HR. Musa cannot see reports related to logistics or sales, right? That's why you have the role level security. So depending on your role, whether you are a user, whether you are an admin, will determine what access, what you would see. Some people, maybe they're like directors, or maybe they are in level 15 in an organization, right? That would be because you are in this particular level, or because you have this particular rank, you might be privy to see all the information for the entire organization. But if you are not in that particular rank, you can only see data that is related to you. For example, if a sales rep wants to access this Power BI service, right, the only thing a sales rep will see is his or her own performance. It wouldn't be nice for a sales rep to be seeing information about other people's performance and pay. That can cause like a bit of confusion, or some things in the organization. So you need to limit what people are able to see. That's one of the things that I do mostly on Power BI service, right? So this is the Power BI online service. And from here, I can easily share data to Musa and give him access without having to send my laptop to wherever Musa is or bringing Musa to my current location. But if there is no Power BI service and all we have is just the Power BI desktop, then it means that whatever I'm building here, Musa will have to come to where I am, right? Or I dispatch my laptop to Musa, give him my password, and then he will be able to access whatever it is that I have done on the Power BI desktop. So now going to the third one, which is the mobile, Power BI mobile. This one, you can download this one on your Google Play Store, right? But this is an extension from the Power BI service, right? So you can just see some data, on the go, on your phone. You can see some analysis, right? I think we can also create like a specific, maybe mobile report on my Power BI desktop here. I can create like a specific a report that will be viewed on the mobile here, published to the service, and then once you download Power BI on your mobile device through Apple, or I don't know if Apple Store has it, but I know Google Play Store has it, right? And you sign in with your organization account, you'll be able to see that report. And because I have built it with mobile view in mind, with the mobile layout, it's going to like fit perfectly into your mobile device. But other reports, you can also view them on your mobile device, but then you might have to be zooming in, zooming out to see some other reports because they were not built, to fit into the mobile layout, right? I hope I've been able to explain the three components of Power BI. Yeah, I have this diagram here. So this is Power BI desktop, this is Power BI service, and then this is Power BI mobile. All right. So let's go on to the capabilities of Power BI. What is Power BI able to do? What are the powerful things in Power BI? Number one, we are able to connect, transform, and load millions of rows of data, right? You agree with me that those that have worked with large data in Excel, you know that Excel barely takes in after like 1 million and some rows, Excel, a particular sheet will actually shut down, right? And even if you have to like load that huge amount of data in Excel, then you have to get it because your data will just keep rolling and rolling and rolling. The response time of Excel becomes, very slow, right? And then some things that you are meant to do, you won't be able to do them because of how everything is just dragging and dragging and dragging with Excel. I know I tried to work with Excel online with some data. I don't know which one is worst in Excel online and the Excel desktop version when it comes to loading millions of rows. But I think that the online one, it just takes too long, right? But Power BI will crunch these millions of rows within seconds, and then it will still be up and active. And you can access data from anywhere, name it from SQL database, name it just Redshift, Google services, SharePoint, data flows, wherever your data is, wherever it is, Power BI have a way to connect, has a connection to that particular, can connect to wherever your data is, right? And then there's something you can do in Power BI to call the extract, transform, and load data for analysis. I'll explain that as we go on. Also, the second powerful capabilities of Power BI is you can build relational models to blend data from multiple sources. You can bring data from Excel file, bring one from an online service, bring another one from a SQL Server database, and then merge all of them together, create a relationship between all of this data. And then the third one is you can define complex calculation using DAX, right? DAX is called the data analysis expression. You can write complex calculation, calculate, you use like calculate, filter, average X, sum X. As you go on with your course, I know you have a session that would dig deep into DAX, right? And word for DAX, for those that might be feeling the word is kind of bogus, right? Is formulas. Just see it as advanced formulas, right? Yeah. And then the fourth thing is bring data to life with interactive reports and dashboard. With Power BI, reporting just looks sweeter, right? In Excel, you are limited to some basic, boring charts. But when it comes to Power BI, you have really interesting like card visuals. Now there's this new card visuals that you can bring in pictures. You can use the multi-row card. You can bring in another analysis in the card visuals. It just make it so amazing, right? If you want to do this in Excel, it really, like, you can create something that looks like even the new card visuals in Excel, but it takes a whole lot of time. You'll be working with shapes, you'll be working with icons, you'll be working with grouping all of them together, making sure it's just too stressful, right? But with Power BI, just one click of a button, you have an amazing chart to work with. And then even if all of the chart they've given to you is not enough, so let me go here. You can see all of the charts, that they've given to us. If this is not enough, you can always go to get more visuals. It opens a store for you, a Microsoft stores, that just have amazing visualization that you can explore for your project. And one other thing that I love about the capabilities of Power BI is it helps you develop a versatile, in-demand skill set. Means that if you are able to learn just Power BI alone, you can explore, beyond, you can explore into the data analytics field in a way that is amazing. Beyond being a data analyst, you can decide to be a Power BI developer. You can, like, because in every industry right now, Power BI, Microsoft is one of the leading organizations. So there is always an in-demand skill for Power BI, right? You cannot learn Power BI and then go out of job, or not have a job, or not have something doing. It's really not, like, if you are really skilled in Power BI. I'm not talking about those that are just in beginners level, right? If you are really skilled in Power BI, you will always get something doing in the data analytics industry. Like, even my career, what actually brought me into the data analyst career was Power BI. I knew Power BI. I didn't really know Excel. The organization I wanted to work with, they needed somebody that knows Power BI. And that's why I came in. And that's how I got employed. So Power BI will help you build a versatile in-demand skill set. You can work in virtually any industry, whether finance, FMCG, retail, e-commerce, just name it. You can work across different industry, fintech, just with your Power BI skills. So this skill is actually very powerful, and it's something that you need to pay attention to. All right, moving on. Going to the difference between Excel and Power BI. But let me just check in on us to be sure that we are following. Are you still tracking with me? Are you following? Are you with me? Let me know in the comment section very quickly. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are we on the same page? All right. Okay, great. So let's look at the difference between Excel and Power BI, right? What are the similarities, and then what are the differences? When you look at spreadsheet is unique to Excel. Power BI does not have spreadsheet. When you look at pivot table, this is unique to Excel. Power BI does not have that. When you look at A1 notation, this is specific to Excel. And what I mean by A1 notation is, that columns in Excel are numbered with alphabet A, B, C, D, and then rows and with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all of that. So that's what we call the A1 notation, right? We do not have that in Power BI. When it comes to cell formulas, we do not have cell formulas in Power BI. In Power BI, we have something we call the report view, where you build your report. We have custom visuals. That's what I was showing you, that if the visuals they're giving to you is not enough, you can go to the Microsoft Store to get, explore amazing visuals. You can build interactive dashboard. And then we have Power BI service, right? Even when you look at Excel online, yeah, there's some things that you can't, like, there are things that you can do on Excel offline, like you can't even do on Excel online, right? So even the Excel online version is a bit limited. But when it comes to Power BI service, the online version of Power BI is more powerful. Will I even say more powerful than the Power BI desktop itself? Because with the integration with Microsoft Fabric, Power BI service is really becoming, something entirely different than what we currently know it for, right? So yes, it's actually more powerful. And then when you're looking at now, what are the similarities between Excel and Power BI? Then we have Power Query, right? Both Excel and Power BI have the Power Query engine, right? So Excel and Power BI are built on the same analytics engine, right? That's why we have Power Query. And then we have data model. You can do data modeling in Power BI, and also you can do data modeling in Excel. And also we have DAX. Yes, DAX is one of the things that you work with majorly when working with Power BI. But with Excel, when you are working with Power Pivot and you want to do some aggregations, yes, that is when you will use DAX in Excel. So I think that most people don't even know that, and are not even aware of the presence of DAX in Excel, because they do not use Power Pivot. But if you work with Power Pivot a lot, and then you want to do some aggregations and all of that in Power Pivot using Excel, you have to work with DAX. But with Power BI, DAX is one of the primary formula language, that Power BI speaks. Yeah. And also, if I have a report that has some models in Excel, I can easily transition that entire data modeling from Excel into Power BI, because they are kind of built on the same analytics engine. So now, is it now wise to say that knowing that Excel is like the grandfather of data analytics, right? Is it right to say Power BI is advanced Excel? I don't know. I just want to see your observation in the comment section, because I think that somebody mentioned it that, oh, Power BI is advanced Excel, right? So looking at the difference and similarities, right, is it okay to say Power BI is advanced Excel? Because, like, just share your thought with me very quickly, so that I can also share mine, and then we can look at things, because for me, what I'm thinking is these tools are two powerful tools that does things that are unique in their own way. Excel has this uniqueness. It will always be the grandfather of data analytics, right? And Power BI is another powerful tool entirely, right? Um, so it's quite dicey when you want to say Power BI is advanced Excel, and all of that, right? Power BI is beyond advanced Excel. Power BI is an advanced Excel, but it has its own features and a lot of differences. Somebody is saying it's normal for children to be greater than parents. Okay, Excel paved ways for many tools, including Power BI. Excel Millennial, Power BI Gen Z. Aha, I see. I really see all of that, right? But for me, I wouldn't want to do the bias of that comparison, right? I would like to just leave those tools as powerful as they are, distinctively, to say Excel is a very powerful tool for those that know how to use Excel, and for those that Excel serve. And Power BI is another powerful tool, right, for those that know how to use Power BI and those that it serve. I wouldn't want to do all of those, oh, this is bigger than this is more than this. Because if you look at the way Excel is being built now, right? Now now I think that there's something they are doing now with integrating Python with Excel, right? Integrating Python with Excel. And we don't have anything like that in Power BI, right? So, I think the two tools are really powerful for those that really know how to, use the power, yeah, rightly. Someone say, can we download Power BI on MacBook? Yes, you can download Power BI on MacBook, but then it's not a straightforward download. You need to download a particular tool, then you can now bring Power BI on that tool. It's like you having an extension of I forgot, there's this tool that I know people used to use. I've forgotten. If I remember the name, I can get it to you, or maybe after the session I can just send it to Musa. Yeah, you have to download this Microsoft extension too, and then from there you can, yeah, is it virtual machine? Huh. But I can always get that across to you. But then you can just go on go on YouTube and just search how to download Power BI or MacBook. I'm sure you get a lot of resources and different ways, yeah, to go about that. So it's not actually like a one-way thing. There are actually like different ways to navigate that. So you can just do that research on YouTube and then go with that. All right. Okay, so now we are moving to installing Power BI. So if you are using a Windows laptop, it's very easy. You can go to the Microsoft Store and then you can just type Power BI desktop and you have that downloaded. Or from the web, you go to powerbi.microsoft.com/download and then you can download Power BI, or you install it as part of the Microsoft 365 Office 365. Yeah, depending on the route that you want to choose. If you are downloading from the Microsoft Store, automatically the Windows handles the automatic update. Means that when there's an update on Power BI, you get your own also gets updated, right? But if you are downloading from the web, you have to like do the update yourself. Do you understand? You might not really get that automatic update if you're downloading from the web. So you can decide how you want to download. Yeah, I only got this for those using the Windows laptop. Yeah, but I think that people are already saying the virtual machine. Yeah, you can try the virtual machine, right? Or better still, if you don't know what a virtual machine is, don't worry about all of the big drama. Just go on YouTube, you find resources that will help you with that. All right, so now let's move quickly to the Power BI workflow. Yeah, what's the workflow of Power BI? So we have connect data from Power BI desktop, you transform and model data with Power BI desktop, you create visualization and reports with Power BI desktop, you publish report to Power BI service, you distribute and manage reports in the Power BI service. So I'll be going deeply into the workflow using some image and pictures, yeah? And as we go on, I'll also be using an example which we all can relate with, right? So with Power BI workflow, we have two types, right? We have the back end. When we are talking about the back end, I'll give you an example very short. We have the back end and the Power BI front end, right? The back end is a part that most people would not see, right? It's like the engine that empowers the front end, right? The front end is measuring the visualizations and all of the things that you're doing. Like now, if a manager should ask for a report, you won't be sending the person whatever transformation you've done on Power Query Editor. What you definitely be sending to them is what you have in your report view, right? Like the charts. This is what the person is mostly interested in, right? But all of these charts are not standalone, right? They are coming from whatever is being done on Power Query Editor. So take note of the Power BI front end and then the Power BI back end. So now I'll be walking you through the Power BI, the Power Query Editor, right? So this is the Power BI back end as we talk about. So in order to help us understand this, right, let me give an example. For example, we are in this class and we want to cook beans, right? All of us are in this class, we want to cook beans. How do you cook beans? I have gone to the market, I have gotten my beans. Now, how do I proceed? What is the next step? Once I get my beans, what is the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step? After getting beans from the market, what's the next step? Please, I don't like clean it. What are you doing? Like, let me know. When you buy beans, what do you do? Yes, you pick the beans. Thank you very much. Hey, take it to the kitchen for cooking. Jesus, yes. You pick the beans, yeah? Why are you picking the beans? Yeah, you sort the beans. Yeah, you pick the beans. Why are you picking the beans? You want to separate the stone and the shaft from the beans, right? You will not just take beans and then put it on fire, pour water, and realize that, oh my God, I've not cleaned the beans. I've actually not picked the beans. You now pour it with water. You now pour the water away and you now start picking, right? You do not do that, right? So please do not load data. Do not take a data, wherever that is coming from, whether it's Excel, SQL Server, and just load into Power BI like that. Brrr. If you collect your data and then you are loading to Power BI straight, what you are doing is you are taking beans, putting it in the pot, put water, putting it on fire. That's what you're doing, right? You have to first go through the process of the cleaning, the transformation, the place where you do your extract, transform, and load. Please, it's very, very important that you bring all your data to Power Query Editor. And you guys will agree with me that even when you go to the market and the market woman tells you that this bean so is clean, oh, you know, you don't have to clean it again. Will you just put that and just put it in the pot? You still pick it. You still want to check to be sure, you know. What if I already buy? Yes, what if, okay, they told you that it is picked already, but then you still want to be sure that indeed, oh, these beans, it is as clean as they said it is. So when someone is giving you data, whether you're working on a group project or an organizational project, please, even when they tell you that, oh, the data is clean, please verify, right? Check it properly to be sure that, okay, there is no harm in cross-checking, right? Don't try to cut corners. There's no harm in cross-checking. So please always bring your data to Power Query Editor. Always transform data. Always transform. If I want to tell your neighbor, always transform data. It's very, very important. Do not load into Power BI without first bringing it to the Power Query Editor to do your data transformation, right? When it comes data transformation, this is where we are picking our beans, you know, we are taking in information that we need and then selecting the ones we do not need, separating them, you know, deleting the ones we do not need, and then keeping the ones that we need. Please give me a minute. Let me take water. All right. So sorry. So yeah. So no matter where your data is coming from, please ensure you transform your data. It's very, very important. Even if it is SQL database, still take it to the transform, right? Always bring it to Power Query Editor to check that the data, it is what they say it is. There is no harm in cross-checking. Do not do wuru-wuru work, right? There's a lot of things that you can do here: transpose, split column, group by, replace value, use first row as headers. All of those things, you go into them later in the course, right? And then now, after you are done with this cleaning, right? Still using our example of beans. After you are done with this cleaning your beans, what happens, right? You take your pot, right? You put pot on fire, you add your beans that is clean. Then what do? You add water. I'm waiting. No, those are our chef, please. He said, please put your slide in presentation mode. Is it not in presentation mode? Don't worry, wait. Let's quickly get through this. We'll answer the questions, right? So the beans now that we've taken we've cleaned our beans, right? I'm saying that now we have the pot, right? You had your beans, you had your water, you had maybe salt, right? What else do you had? You had Maggi immediately. Whatever it is that you want to add, right? But basically, you want to add onions, you want to add water, you want to add your beans, and maybe you want to add salt. So these are like 4 elements that you're adding inside your pot, right? So Power BI itself, we are seeing the Power BI engine as a pot, right? And then all your data are the beans, the water, the salt, and the onions, right? This is where data modeling comes in, right? Here now, in our beans now, we've added 4 items inside the pot. And these 4 items are now moving in a way that they are now becoming one. If I take my pot, I put beans, I put water, I put salt, I put onions. Can I separate the salt from the water can I bring out the beans and then the beans is dry from the pot? It's not possible. Do you understand? You guys are funny. Do you understand? It's not possible for me to bring the bean after pouring water and everything, right? I'm now separating the beans, and then the beans is looking dry. It has to be wet. It has to have elements of water. Meaning that there's a relationship now between the beans, the water, the salt, and the onions, right? So you have to create relationship with data. So whatever data you are bringing in, everything have to be related to each other in a way. There have to be some relationship between them that is making them one, right? And now after moving on to the model view, now we have the data view. We have the data view. This is what it gives me something like this Excel kind of feeling where I can see what is in my data in Power BI in case I want to work with a particular column and I don't know what that column entails, right? When I come to my data view, I can really see, oh, this is called email address. These are the information that are in it. Do you understand? For example, in case maybe instead of email address, this particular column is being titled country. I can easily see that here and then go and then and change it to say, oh no, it's meant to be email address, but the header is carrying country. Maybe you've missed that when you were cleaning in Power Query. So here gives you helps you see the information in every of your data, right? And then we have the report view. So you need to know the four powerful workflow of Power BI: the Power Query Editor, the model view, the data view, and the report view, right? So this is where you do all the analysis and everything. At this point, our beans is cooked, it is done. Now we can serve it to whoever is hungry. I know there are a lot of hungry people on this call, right? So we can now serve it to whoever is hungry to eat, and then we can give our report to managers for them to make decisions from this data, right? So that is how this, and then ensuring that like I said, the Power BI model view is very important, because if your this are not connected, what happens here is you can be selecting a year and then only one card is changing, others are just standing stagnant. I'm sure you wouldn't want that. And I'll give you an example of that. Let me go quickly to a report that I have, like one of my dummy report here. And let me just share this this with you before we go into questions, and then we wrap up the session for today. I opened this already before the class. So let's see this. Okay, so I'm currently on my Power BI service, right? So this is an analysis that I did. If I click on a particular month, you see that everything is changing, right? Because they are all interrelated. Right? Whatever I click on, it causes the other this thing to behave dynamically. Do you understand? And this is where your modeling is very important, because if your modeling is wrong, you'll be clicking on one thing and then nothing will change. Everything will just be stagnant, right? So it's very, very important for you to get your modeling right. First, get your cleaning right, get your modeling right. Then you can now proceed with your DAX and do use your chart and then create whatever visualization that you want to create. Yeah, I think for me, that's like a brief introduction, introducing to Microsoft Power BI, what is able to do, and the key components of Microsoft Power BI. Thank you very much, guys, for having me here. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions?
Wow. Thank you, Ms. Aramide, for this wonderful session. I really
Yeah,
learned a
thank
lot.
you.
I really learned a lot, especially the this aspect.
Hello? I'm not getting you.
I said I really learned a lot, especially the this aspect.
Yeah, thank you. You are very much welcome. Yeah, you're really very much welcome. Yeah, I'm so
Okay.
glad to hear that. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any
So
question?
based on our rules, some people has raised up, and so I'm going to be unmuting them. We have Ezekiel here that has raised his hand up. So Ezekiel,
I
I
don't know
will
who
unmute
is
you now.
speaking. Can you speak louder? I'm not hearing you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, there's like an echo. Do you want to type it?
Okay, okay, can you hear me now? How about now, ma'am?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I said we have some people that have raised up their hand, so I'm going to unmute them now so they can have the floor.
Okay, all right, no problem. That's fine.
Abdul Wahid, now you have the floor. I've allowed the mic.
Yeah, so while we are waiting for those that have questions to come on board, right? I also like to tell you one project that I'm also working with my organization, right? We have the 1 million SME project and our build data project, right? And the goal of this is, after you are done with your learning, right? It's very important to listen. After you are done with your learning with analytics mentorship, when you are done learning, right? And you want to proceed with building more projects, working with other people from different areas who have learned data analytics from different forms, right? You can now like join the build data project with us, where you'll be building projects with other people in different fields in data analytics. Please note, our program is not to come and teach you. It's not, we expect that you've gained the knowledge already, right? And also you are now willing to now, sharpen other people by working on projects together. Like we have like a full project brief and data sets that are always interesting. I think last month we worked about a project that has to do with machine learning, and the presentation was really mind-blowing, right? So if you are willing to hop in on that, ensure that you are done with your learning first. Yes, it is free, but please ensure you are done with your learning first, and then you can reach out to me maybe on LinkedIn or in the community, and then we can pick up that conversation from there. Abdul Malik, your hand is raised.
Oh,
Am I seeing
okay.
Abdul
you?
All right.
Wahid,
Good.
Abdul Wahid,
Yeah. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Iremide. That was a very, very good one. One of my question has already been answered, which is about the platform and how you operate. Coincidentally, I am just about less than 6 months on the usage of Power BI, and I really learned a lot from it. But what I want to ask is about the sharing of reports on Power BI. If I use a Power BI desktop and I want to share a report with someone who does not have Power BI installed on his laptop, will that person be required to also download Power BI? I want to understand that sharing accessibility very well. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for that. No, actually. So if you do not have, like I said, no, we said there are three types of Power BI. There's one that is a desktop, right? The development tool. There's another one that is an online service. And whatever that is online, all you need is just internet, right? And access. So if I publish to Power BI service, right? Even if the person does not have Power BI on their laptop, they can still access it, because this one now is on the browser, is on the web, is online. Do you actually understand? But what the person need is access. So for Power BI service, it's not actually a free platform. No, it's not actually you can just do it for free. No, it's actually a paid service, right? By Microsoft. So it's either you have using a pro license or a premium license, depending on whatever license that you have. So if you do not have the developers account, it means that maybe your organization has a paid license for Power BI, and then they are sharing that license with all of you in the organization, right? So once you publish to the web, that's a Power BI service, right? The person does not have to have Power BI installed on their laptop. They can just click on, you just share them a link, right? They click on the link, it opens the browser, it asks them for their username and password, right? And then once you are putting that the right username and the password, they can see whatever you shared with them.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm fine.
All right.
Okay,
All
thank you,
right.
ma'am.
Yeah, any question? I think I still have one more question for us to go, but let's go on
So,
with our questions very quickly.
yes, we have Said here. So, Said, I've unmute your mic. You have the floor now.
The session is for 1 hour, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, Said, are you ready? If Said is not ready, let me ask my question. My question, I have two questions, right? The first one is, how old is Power BI? So you want to put it in a group. How old is Power BI? How old is Power BI? For those that said Power BI is children to Excel, how old is this your child? How old is Power BI?
Iremide, can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the section. Permit me to just say you made Power BI learning easy. Thank you for the opportunity. So my question will be around certifications. I've been using Power BI for more than 2 years. So I came to UK recently for my master's, but I've been struggling to get a job in a data role. But what they value here mostly is a certification. So what tips can you give me to pass Microsoft certified Power BI data analyst associate? And secondly, what are other certifications I can take around data analysis? Thank
Okay.
you.
So for me, right, this is like a personal opinion, right? I cherish the skill over certification, right? I cherish that you are skilled in it, because when you are good, you're good, and your skill will always, speak for you, irrespective. Do you understand? Against all odds, the skill will always, people will always like refer you, recommend you, because of the skill and the value that you bring to the table. But where certification is needed, it is important for you to get certified, right? For the PL 300 certification, just go online. It's free. Just go online and type Microsoft PL 300 certification. You'll see the learning guide. Just learn anything from Microsoft. Like, I know when I started the session, I said that Microsoft are the one that manufactured Power BI. They are the owner of it. And whatever guide or manual they've given to you, this is what the tool would do, that is what it would do. So go online and then follow the Microsoft PL 300 guide. It's free, it's accessible, it's online. Just read through the guide, do all of the questions, whatever they're asking you, do it. The PL 300 examination is just testing your knowledge of Power BI. So it's not testing your knowledge to say, oh, you are a skilled data analyst. It is just testing your knowledge to know how well do you know Power BI. That is what the exam is all about. So it's not really going to it's just about Power BI. What do you know about Power BI, right? That means, and they're checking based on if you've read their documentation, their manual, whatever they published about Power BI, if you've learned it, right? So it's a very easy exam to pass. The name of the exam is PL 300. PL 300. Yeah, it's a very easy exam to pass. Once you can just study the Microsoft guide and then learn it, you can write your exam and then you can pass. Yeah. But for those in Nigeria, right, I think there are issues with payment right now. So there's a particular organization that they partner with for payment. You can reach out to me that one. I can always share if you are ready to write the exam and pay, right? And your dollar card will actually decline if you go through the Microsoft this thing, the Pearson this thing. So you have to go through another platform for you to make your payment. Yeah. So the moderator already sent this thing. So just follow, just read about it, and then you pass the exam. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah, I guess some people already have answers to my question. Yeah, Power BI is 9 years old. Power BI is 9 years old. Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much for that. How much is it? The last time I checked, it was $80, right? But as Mr. Adewale Yusuf is here now, MVP, MCT, they do give them discount. I really don't know how that runs, but Mr. Adewale can help you, maybe with 50% discount or 100% discount or whatever discount they are giving to MCTs and MVPs. And then if it's 50% discount, it means that you have to pay the other 50% yourself. So you can, Mr. Adewale can give you information regarding that for those who are interested. Mr. Adelowale is not the one doing the discount, though. Microsoft are the one apportioning discount to them because they are Microsoft MVPs. So don't go and be asking him for 80%. It's not Microsoft, I beg. Don't like discount, though. Please learn to like to pay your full money. All right, any question? Moving on to the next question. Moving on to the next question. Is there any question?
All right.
All right.
Oluwawumi Bamine has a question, so let me allow him to speak.
All right, okay.
Oluwawumi, please can you talk? All right, let's move to the next person, Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik, you can now talk, please. You can now ask your questions, please. All right. Thank you very much for your time and also sharing from your well of knowledge with us. We really appreciate, Ma. May God bless you. Please, guys, let's appreciate our speaker with a round of virtual applause. Drop a nice message to her in the chat box, please.
Thank you very much, everyone, for having me. Happy learning. I hope to see the amazing project that you guys would build from this.
Please, don't forget to fill in the evaluation form in the chat box and also attend to your quiz. And please don't forget to follow Iremide on LinkedIn. I'll drop her LinkedIn handle in the chat box too. Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
So I'm going to give us 10 minutes to fill in the evaluation form and also attend to the quiz. The link to the form and the quiz, evaluation form and the quiz is in the chat box, please. Do well to fill it out. Thank you.
We at a party we don't wanna be at. On the top, but we can't hear ourselves. She listens to rather kiss him like that. All these people all around the crib, but we tired. But I'm so despair, I'm supposed to be. You know what? It's kinda crazy, cause I really don't mind. Make it better like that. Don't think you've been at this party. Everyone's got so much to say. Oh, yeah, yeah. When we walked in, I said, I'm sorry. But now I think that we should stay. Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear. You're making me feel like maybe I am somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I don't care as long as you just hold me near. You can take me anywhere. You're making me feel like I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad nights when I'm with my baby. Yeah. No, I don't like nobody but you. It's like you're the only one